Yo, it's the first edition of the Ring Reviews holiday season episodes. So happy holidays. If you just celebrated Thanksgiving, you probably ate some really good food. Hopefully. I don't know how y'all family cooking out there. Yo, I'm Mission Smith. I'm here with
King Midas.
and
The Rich.
there it is.
I'm better than you, and you know it, and you know why.
Last night, guys, was something special. It was Survivor Series War Games.
Oh, come on now. That's the best war games you got?
Hold on. It was Survivor Series War Games. And yo, it kicked off.
A whole host of a show. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're supposed to put
and
some thought for
I'm
it.
just saying, and let me tell you,
War games!
Say it with your chest, man.
So listen,
he ain't doing
hey
his
y'all,
push-ups.
look, check. It started off with the women's War Games match,
Mm-hmm.
and it was spotting.
It was
Spotting.
Hey, we
Pause.
wrestling spotting.
Pause.
It's a women's
Pause.
match.
I'm gonna say it did have my favorite moment of the night. But when and it's not what people think. It was actually how great the Io Sky distraction was when they handcuffed Raquel.
Oh yeah,
I was not. I was like,
That's actually
Because
you know, as a producer,
Yeah,
from a production standpoint,
I
that was
was-
very genius.
Because in my head, I'm like, why did she? Where,
Well, I mean, we know why she
Yeah,
did everybody in the eye, but that wasn't even the main intent.
no, because
And it rolled into a great story. It told them
yes.
Yeah, no.
And so, and that's why I say that
And it was
moment,
not this one because I was gonna say backflipping with a dome.
That
in your head
that
is
too,
insane.
but
It's
it was just
insane.
how clean
No,
and how
I said
tight, like
that too.
it
I
worked
said
perfectly.
Look, she did the fire extinguisher, and then Raquel was handcuffed, and I
You
was
was
like,
like,
bro,
I didn't see
Bro,
it
what?
because I was so transfixed on Io
Yeah.
swinging it
And then
around.
she was
and you
handcuffed.
gotta-
It's like a magic trick. It's like, choop. Oh, she's handcuffed. What
And
happened?
you got to, and the idea of it. Remember, the handcuffs was introduced from the heels.
Yeah.
The fact that, because we're all lit inside of the spot and all the sprint of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta salute to the writers. You gotta salute to the women for act. I feel like they had to practice that a time or two because it was so smooth.
Yeah.
You'd have had to been looking for it.
Especially after a lot did go wrong in that match. I feel like.
But no,
And
more we're right because
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Gonna tell
Because
you
there were
this.
when it went right, you could tell that it went
Hey,
right.
shout out to Tiffy trying to hold her own against Io because Io is nuts with the flips. And when I saw Tiffy say I can get it off too, I was like, shout out to Tiffy,
Yeah.
bro.
I personally
it's
thought-
Tiffy time.
I personally thought, and it was a great spot for the match to double fly off the cage. Great visual and everything, especially if you was there.
Yeah.
If you was there, that was the one. But like,
no, I meant when they were on
the top.
No,
Yeah,
no, when they were on their feet. And they went back and forth. It was Io and Tiffany.
Yep.
And Io did her flips, and then Tiffy did her flips, and I was like, okay, it's Tiffy time.
Tiffany, you know, she's been ready. But the thing about Tiff that I thought we was gonna get, I thought she was gonna steal the show because we gotta remember, no bullshit. Tiffany is legit a world class gymnast. I thought she was going like tight walk her way on across and do some shit.
Yeah.
Or because she could do that. She a balance beamer. She a whole Olympian.
Yeah.
So it's just like I thought she was gonna do some fly shit for a second.
Let me say this. Shout out to Nia.
30 feet and up
Shout
there,
out
we
to
can go.
Nia Jax.
Shout out to Nia
She
Jax
did
trying
this
to keep
flip
it down.
spot. Y'all remember the flip spot? Remember we was talking about it?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Samoa's flipping all over the place now because now
You talking about at the show?
When they did the move?
Yeah,
no.
like when they did
No.
the-
They were double teaming her, and we
Are you talking in the match?
In the match, you
Okay.
know, and you know how with the throw up, whatever, it was obvious that the girls ain't give her the leverage because you supposed to. We give it up sauce here because we deep into this wrestling joint, but you know how on the double wrestling side, you give a jump, they give a boost, everything go. They ain't really giving her boosts.
And she-
And now
No,
you
No,
flip
I was
Nia
gonna
flipped and it looked clean, but we privy to know. And the thing is, because Nia, it's a beautiful testament to her getting in shape.
No, what
To the best
I
of
was
our
going to say was
ability.
that wasn't the first time. This happened a few weeks ago. I forget on SmackDown, Nia was in the corner. I forget who she was with. I didn't see the match because I was at a show that day.
Yeah.
So I saw highlights of it. So I can't remember exactly what match it was. But she did something. And it was just like, was it she got over for Rana? I think it was something where Nia did something that is completely out of her wheelhouse. And I'm just like, oh yeah, she's
I
right.
think Nia might have got her karate off. It might have been one of those or something. Or
It was something that was
No,
done.
she's becoming a better athlete.
Yes.
She's becoming a better
Yes.
athlete. It's noticeable.
With-
It's helping
with
the
that being
matches.
said-
Mhm.
With that being said, I had to shout out Nia. But let me tell you about a spot in this match that a lot of people really didn't understand what was happening, but it was happening. These women was really committing to selling these chair shots, bro. They was committing for what it used to look like to what it look like now, 180.
But I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. They was selling these chair shots, but some of these chicks was all in, and some of these chicks was sticking to the
Racing boy,
contract.
yeah.
Because but for the ones that was all like, I think Tiffany took one just straight.
Yeah.
Tiffany was busting for chicks.
Yeah, no.
Tiffany
and
EO ate that shit so hard. Hit a flip.
and I'm
Bounced off the
saying
ropes.
this.
EO's the greatest seller.
I'm going to say this from personal experience because I live this life. I am in the pro wrestling business. I have mistakenly not connected or, held back where you could visibly see
Yeah.
me. Yeah. And so that's all that I could think of is like, oh my, in that moment of just, but you have to keep going.
But they ran a smooth though.
They did. You can't
And
stop.
at the end of the day, it's a lot of legalities.
So shout out to them
And
for
these
doing
things
their
happen.
job,
Yeah.
alright? So
Everybody did their
That's what I'm
job.
saying.
let's
These
clap it
things
up for the
happen.
women's work in this match.
I do think it was. What do you grade the match?
I give it an 8.
You give it an A?
I give it an A, but I give it an 8 out of 10. I know that, yeah, but it is. I guess an A because they didn't come to just be women. They came to be superstars, and I feel like
Good.
that's what they did.
I would give it an A minus because the spots they tried some spots, they bought some spots, but the spots they got off were classic spots. Like I said, there was great production and storytelling told, a lot of stories told. A lot, like you said, the fire extinguisher thing, Magic, EO backflipping off of what's his name, Magic, Tiffany blending in with the main roster. Watching that, because for a minute she was missing a bit. We knew what the talent was, but now that her blending in with the main roster, it's a beautiful thing to watch. A lot of stories. I'm just satisfied as a pro wrestling fan that gets named.
So that's great. We're gonna move on to something. Oh, you good? Oh, my bad.
What's the golden grade?
The king has
What's
not
the
graded
golden
his
grade?
What's the golden grade? Here we go.
It gets 4 out of 5 gold bars.
Okay.
Because that's how King Midas grade.
You see that? Special.
Because I does
Hey, it had to be
what I
special
wants
because
to
it came from
does.
King Midas. It had to be
the
special.
golden grade.
It had to be special.
4 out of 5
So
gold
appreciate
bars.
that. Appreciate that. No, we sit here and we rate these matches. But I'm gonna move on to a match that I don't think I even want to rate. I just want to say thank you to Shinsuke Nakamura for taking the belt off of LA Knight.
Ooh.
Because
Ooh.
I must just be honest, LA Knight been boring me for quite some weeks now. And
Yeah.
Rio Shinsuke look right with the United
I
States.
mean,
Yeah.
that's not why I was excited because
Yeah.
that sounds like you problem when it come to LA Knight.
Hey, let me say something. Shout out to ESC, and I'm gonna say it for her. LA Knight, go find your purpose, bruh.
Look, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I liked about it, and it doesn't have anything to do with LA Knight's personality, anything like that. I love me a good presentation. And Shinsuke's new entrance with that camera work might just be one of my favorite things to visually see, because when I saw it on SmackDown and I saw the moon in the back, I was like, oh, there's a moon there. Like, in my mind, I was like, why is there a moon? But then when he came out with the, you know, the armor, and then when he was going up to the ring, you see an angle that you normally don't see a lot. You probably would have gotten maybe from Finn Balor at the time, maybe Jey Uso, but you don't get a camera angle facing the TV side. And when it faced them, you saw the moon in the sky, and with the lighting, it looked like the Japanese flag. Yeah. And I was like, oh, the presentation of that. And then how he got in the ring, just that, yeah.
The thought.
Now, so yeah. all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, right, I think Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, is in the business of giving niggas flowers properly. And, you know, you can have your opinions or not, but the actual pro wrestling book says Shinsuke Nakamura is the actual greatest mid-card title holder in the world. So if this is his last chapter in the U.S. with his biggest check, I feel like he should have a nasty run in the U.S. title.
And I think that this may signal, because Shinsuke still does wrestle in Japan too.
And he's supposed to be fighting. And he coaching, fighting again. You see him? He was on the. He was in UFC on something. I forgot who corner, but he was he coaching again.
Because people need to understand one thing.
You know, he's a legendary actual MMA artist. Yeah, so he got a
MMA. Fans need to understand one thing. Just because someone is off of TV does not mean that they are either.
They're not in the kitchen.
Exactly. Because one. As someone who has been performing for the better part of almost a decade and a half now, it takes a while to get that next thing going. And if you want to switch somebody's persona,
because there's somebody who just did this.
A few people. Dexter Lumis was one of them.
Baron Corbin left the WWE. And in 28 days was a gold medalist for jiu-jitsu. So, they doing things when you think they ain't doing things.
Yeah. Same thing with MVP. He was doing the jiu-jitsu tournaments and winning all those things. So
let's just
think about Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin a bad motherfucker in real life. He a Golden Gloves champ. He a jiu-jitsu champ, and he wrestle, bro, and he cook a mean steak. Now, Baron Corbin kind of that nigga, bro, in real life.
Shout out to him. But let's just say that this LA Knight match was the one I could walk away and go make a sandwich on. Unfortunately, just because of LA Knight, Shinsuke, you did what you were supposed to do. You won clean, and we can move on. Because
I was happy for that. You were happy. I was happy. I think with again. A, paying homage. B, the new presentation. You can't let motherfuckers come out like that and then lose.
Yeah.
And then B, especially got that
because something in me, I don't know if he dropped that belt by accident.
Who?
LA Knight.
What you mean?
Because I almost feel like Shinsuke was just in his head. Because during LA Knight's entrance, he dropped the belt.
Yeah, okay. I feel like
Shinsuke was in his head.
Shinsuke was in his head.
And that's why Shinsuke should have won.
So once he dropped that belt, I said, oof.
It's over.
It's over. You just dropped the belt.
And I can't wait to see what Shinsuke Nakamura. And with Seth, when we were saying Seth's run was dead with the belt, he spiced it up. Shinsuke, it's a quality product. If you let them cook, you're gonna get the hibachi.
And what I've learned is Triple H over the past couple of years treats the wrestling fans like they're smart, like they're not stupid. Like that's why I think it wasn't an accident.
That's why it wasn't an accident, but it made sense Shinsuke won just off rip.
Yeah.
If you're not done wrestling fans, that's Shinsuke Nakamura.
So then let's talk about it, man. This match was what it was. Shinsuke went up. And yo, sorry, LA Knight. Mission gonna say it. I'm moving on from you,
Yeah,
bro.
and they're
They should think LA Knight don't need a job no more.
but there's something that people need to understand. I don't know if a lot of people feel this way, but there are sometimes they're just transitional matches.
Yeah. But there's
Where
sometimes
the matches you just
Transitional
Just,
champion.
it's
Yeah,
just
he
sometimes
just goes
when
to
we
another
it's
person.
just sometimes when
Just
we
like
watch
the
your
next one.
last match, LA Knight, go find your purpose, bro.
Yeah.
What?
For,
Alright, so let's
for all we
move on.
know, this was WWE's okay, LA Knight. You prove we're waiting for Shinsuke to come back. So in the meanwhile,
You can have the belt.
and if it happened that way, hey, so be it.
So
That he's still getting paid.
so then
He
we
still
move-
got a championship under his belt.
Yeah.
See what else he can do.
So we
Right.
move from one mid card to the next mid card, which is the Intercontinental title, where we got Braun Breaker, and we got
Sheamus. Ludwig Kaiser. And let me tell you
Dude,
something.
shout
man.
out to Ludwig, dog.
Let me
Either
tell you
give
something,
Sheamus
bro.
the belt or stop putting him. I'm tired of Sheamus not getting this dang on
Talk
belt.
to him, King.
Get,
'Cause I
either
understand
give him the
long-term
belt.
booking. I understand long-term
Yes.
booking, but bro,
Either give him the belt or stop putting him in that picture because why? WrestleMania. So like, it's going
It's
every
looking
major
nasty.
show.
And it's
And
like-
it makes Sheamus look bad.
it's putting them off wrong, and then also like if it don't conclude in WrestleMania, now we got to get a hashtag going, and now we're forcing the story,
yeah.
which it never feels good when it's a forced story.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
we're gonna have
And-
to force
and-
this narrative because again. And he looked too good in this stuff. It'd be different if it was just like we just throwing on man for numbers. But Sheamus be really looking good.
even when he came back as chubby and people was
Fat Sheamus was
yeah, he came back as
Burger.
fat Sheamus
After
for whatever
Burger.
reason.
That fat Sheamus.
And
This shit walking off for a second.
but he still was able to be good. Sheamus has
Sheamus, he's
never.
a legend. He's a Hall. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer.
You have to remember, Sheamus is the bar.
So with that being said, in that match we had a lot of amazing spots in there.
Mhm.
You know, again, there was several times where I thought they were gonna go ahead and give it because the thing about Braun, my thing is I feel like it's okay to pad his stats. It's okay to say in 5 or 6 years it's okay to have Braun hold the belt, like maybe the big belt, and then say, well, you know, he's the 4-time Intercontinental Champion and he's the 2-time US. Like, it's okay to pad his stats.
Here's
right now.
what I say about Braun Breaker. WWE, I'm gonna tell you, like our black mothers told us. You better pick one. You either inside or you're outside. He's either a heel face. Pick a lane.
It's
Braun.
It's hard because it's really hard because you saying that you tapping on extra homework though because it's not his fault he in that space.
That's why I'm not. That's why I said I said I'm talking to WWE.
But no, it's not. But it's not their
Braun
fault.
Breaker.
It's not their fault. It's our fault, and the reason it's our fault because he's a heel. It's just his character is heel, but his performance is too like he's too light in the ring.
Yeah,
His actual promos is like he's just too over as a heel, and not over as a heel.
And that's why
hold on. Not over as a heel and a final boss way, but over as a heel. Like I like him being a badass guy. I like him just being a dick.
yeah. This
We're
is
cheering for him,
Yeah.
which makes him face, but he's definitively a heel.
this is fine and dandy. But as the company, it is now your job.
He a heel.
But it is now your job, since you said you're about the fans, to make it work. And now you have him, based on how you're writing it, kind of be in this middle space.
Little tweener.
Yeah.
But he's not really a tweener. He don't do nothing good.
That's what I'm saying. Like you.
So okay, I'll tell you what.
Because
you
you
feel like, hold on, real quick.
You had him do the good thing by, with Jay, and then boom, you instantly made it like.
But okay, so
I'm saying
hold
things
on.
aren't
Do you think
being
he's
able to be
positioned?
let breathe. Like,
All right, no, that's cool. He's in a unique space that you think he can fill in one road that most people couldn't, one lane that only one man's been able to drive. You think he's in a unique space to signal over that Steve Austin lane.
Yeah.
Remember, Stone Cold was definitively a heel, but his badass shirt.
yeah. But once WWE was committed behind it.
Well, you know what I'm saying, but
Then
you gotta
that's
get what
when
I'm
it
saying.
blew-
But it
right.
just, but
It has
we don't
to
see
get
this.
there.
But we don't see this often. You act like this happens all the
No,
time.
that's what it's because I know that when you pick the lane, it's going to blow up. That's why I'm saying.
But you got to do it right.
Yeah, I know.
If we make him
I'm
a
not
face
saying.
and it don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you have to pick
Because
that.
people was mad at Austin's face run for a lot of time. Austin's heel run was Austin's beginning heel run, not his corporate heel run, but his beginning heel run was much. I ain't gonna say much because his babyface run was fun, but like niggas got a little tired of his babyface run. But that rise that goes through Bret Hart, niggas fell in love.
Because you also got to remember, two things can be true at once. Like, yes, they need to get. They need to pick that lane. Yes, defend. Yes, all of it. Yes, but it still has to come together.
It has to happen.
And I'm not saying it has to be right now. I'm just saying.
We'll have them figured out by 2025.
Because once summer's like the Rumble is coming up.
No,
that is where
Ron's here for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
A good time, so we'll have him figured out. And like I said earlier, before we got into this, I think it's okay with a generational talent that's starting young like that to get to pad it up. Remember how they did Randy for a while before Randy started being a face guy, a company face. You know what I mean? You just pad them up real quick, get the stats up. And whatever like that. Now, but no,
I think with him though, he's someone that because of how talented he is, you don't need to do that with him.
All right, well, hey, to each his own.
Because in NXT, they
NXT.
didn't. I'm just saying, like
that's NXT. He was the obvious best of that class.
Oh,
like,
of
from
course.
the first match, we was like, all right, well, we don't need it. It was like him, Solo, and somebody, but it's just like obvious. Carmelo, obvious. Yeah. And here we are. So it's like, but moving forward, man. So now let's get to the real meat, because all in all, that match, great match. Like I said, I agree. Stop playing with Sheamus' time. Quit playing with Sheamus' fucking money and time.
Exactly.
And then, but now let's go to the meat, big meaty man slapping meat, the Intercontinental Championship with Damian Priest and Gunther, and a different type of Gunther because he coming off a loss. We know Gunther don't
is
lose.
Gunther turning face?
I don't know if he gonna turn face
because
you see how he coaching like he's.
But no. Did you see his interview?
His post interview.
Smiling, laughing,
jolly,
cheerful,
inspirational.
Who is that?
I just want to say
that is not Gunther.
Last time a nigga lost, he got a chop smack dead in the back. He wasn't even in your album. Imagine you getting a chest chop in your suit. Imagine you putting on a 3-piece suit and another grown man walks up and slaps you down to the ground.
I'm just saying
that was the ring general. But now
face Gunther.
Now you out here saying he gave his best shot.
I'm just saying
he was against some two big guys. And
yes.
I think he has a bright future ahead of him.
If this is a face Gunther turn,
I don't know what it looks like. I've never seen a face Gunther.
But here's the thing. I think I would be excited for it because I love when people challenge themselves to do something different.
I tell you what, but does a face Gunther look like a real face or like a funny face? I.e. Rusev. Remember, Rusev was still a dictator guy, but he started doing goofy shit and got over as a face. But he was still a badass.
Because he's still the ring general, we're just going to see more of, I guess, positive reinforcement and positive leadership.
No, but see, that's going to fall off. That's going to fall off. You can't big bro me, nigga. You under 30. Like
he's getting a Ludwig Kaiser.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, but like, it's one of these things like Gunther. His sale is I'm the prodigy of pro wrestling. I'm not like you niggas. I'm the real general.
And
but if you start getting humble and stuff like that, it's just gonna be like you just a good student now. You're a student of the ring versus the general.
So let me ask you.
That's not.
Ladies
and gentlemen, Mr. Smith is back.
Right. Are we still talking Intercontinental?
We still talking Intercontinental because we jumped off and started talking about Braun and the US game. So we actually are back to there. We just started.
Well, I mean, do you guys feel like,
this was the best match to me of the night?
Do you feel like Braun Breaker has found his own lane now?
No, that's what we were talking about.
Because my thing is, for the longest, he was in that shadow, right? Mm-hmm. He had to get out that shadow.
And he's out.
That shadow was heavy.
It's a heavy shadow.
So now that he's out of that shadow, he has his own lane. I think that this probably was one of the better matches because for me, you got to see.
Well, you're not talking about the three-way, no. We just talking about the Gunther and Priest.
That's the world heavyweight then. That's what I asked you. You say Intercontinental.
Yeah, my fault.
So you moved on from Intercontinental.
Yeah,
so now you're at the world heavyweight. Now let's talk about the world heavyweight.
I'm just so used to Gunther having
it. Well, hold on, real quick. What I was going to say to that point was what you have to look at, or what you can look at, is Gunther's loss to Cody humbled him.
Yeah,
it made him realize I'm not invincible. And it made him, maybe this could be, and when I say, a positive leader or something like that.
This can tell a certain
Imperium,
story.
you could find some more people for Imperium and then now try to.
Maybe he get humbled and build man back.
But hold on,
it wasn't your fault.
That's the point that I was going to make. Gunther, in this match right now, shows that he is human.
Yeah.
Okay? But what it also shows is, and if you hate it, you can hate it. Priest was the best person for him to face after a loss to Cody. Right?
And the way they booked this whole time, it makes sense. It makes sense Priest being able to kick your ass in a given moment. He was getting his ass beat for about 3 weeks.
And that's why I said this whole experience could humble Gunther to the point where he wants to now,
maybe he wants to shake Priest's hand on Monday.
And it's just like, but this could all work into like a false sense of security where the next thing you know, here comes that badass Gunther. It could go a lot of different ways.
It was done well. But we gave y'all a lot in that first segment. We gave y'all a lot. I mean, I stepped out, had to handle some business for Forever Exposure Studios. But I know the King and the Rich gave y'all some sauce in that first segment. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the men's War Games match. Yo.
And we're going to talk about that. And I got some speculations about lift your feet up. The missing match. Because I could have swore the heavyweight champion was supposed to be defending on that night. Stay tuned. Coming back.
Yo, look, we told you we was going to be back. We got to finish this episode, right? So we're going to talk about something at the War Games that was just crazy. It's the Bloodline.
Yeah, man, this Bloodline story there. Like I said, coming off one of the best season finales of the whole WrestleMania ordeal, and Cody getting belt and all that good Jimmy Jazz, this second extension is really playing itself out, man, and it really played itself out on this cage because it was just kind of like they went for it, man. They told a lot of stories, man. That doggone CM Punk got in there, and Paul Heyman is bruh.
But Paul Heyman having CM Punk come back, just like his original OG.
Bro, they in there, they cooking.
But it wasn't just that. It was just CM Punk and Roman did something here. They planted seeds for the future. But they also told the story of who is really Paul Heyman's guy.
Now, they're always getting that off. They got that off with Brock. They getting that off with him. You know what I mean? They be getting that off. They be getting off that Paul Heyman guy. But we're tuned in.
Well, Paul Heyman is one of those guys managed a lot of champions, right? Managed some of the best and worked with some of the best, right? If you think about it, Paul Heyman, he even worked with Undertaker when he was Mean Mark.
Would you say Paul Heyman might have had the original golden touch to pro wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, I know our boy Midas would say different, but I think that Paul Heyman definitely is the originator of being one of the best managers in the game, or wise men in the game, or advocates in the game. Yo, that shows you right there. I just gave this man 3 or 4 different cookups.
Let's not get about the most important one, owners of the game, because he the godfather of hardcore.
EC Dub.
EC Dub. EC Dub.
No better than, though. CC Dub. CC Dub. Or the New Age, baby. Shout out to those that don't like me. Too bad. And shout out to those who do know that the New Age is the best. That it is what it is.
Stay golden.
Yo, stay golden. Listen, okay, so this is this match. Let's talk about
so all for it, everybody went for it. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, you know what I mean, like, we got Bronson. Bronson definitely was a presence, fit right on in.
He's a Samoan.
Jacob is the all-star that Jacob is. Jacob, again, one of the most anticipated and exciting wrestlers to watch in pro wrestling right now, but definitely on WWE TV.
Yo, Solo did his thing. The Usos, they always do their thing. They're like the best.
But we haven't seen them in action together in a while now.
They look
So
good.
it was just like, nope, didn't miss a beat. And of course not. They literally are each other because they're twins.
Yeah.
However, it's just kind of like, but man, it looks. This is what it's supposed to look like. All you tag teams out there watching, everybody, you know, for tag team, because you know we work with the indies. For you guys watching, this how it's supposed to look,
No,
bro.
but shout out to Sammy Uso, baby. Shout out to Sammy Uso.
Sammy did his thing for sure.
Yeah.
Fat Jimmy not fat no more, man. I want to get Jimmy Uso all of his oos. You know what I mean? Yeet. I want to get all of his yeet off me because Fat Jimmy put on a good show, and Fat Jimmy had pretty much maybe the spot of the match. I ain't gonna say spot of the night, but might have had the spot of the match.
Jumping off of the cage, right? Yeah, jumping off of the War Games cage, because let's be specific here. The War Games cage, I thought we was going to see some more wild stuff. You thought, who was it? You thought somebody was going to run that mug like a tightrope. Michael Kate. Who was it?
I wanted Tiffy.
Yeah.
To,
that in the women's match.
I wanted Tiffy to do it because, I mean, you know how to do balance beams. Like, you a whole Olympian.
No, absolutely, for sure, man. You know, we just wanted to talk about this match because for us, this was a good bloodline match.
You know, it's like 3 injuries in there, bro. Tama Tonga's out. What else is new? Tama Tonga's out.
No, not Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga.
Lower.
Tonga Loa, yep.
Tonga Loa is out.
Tonga Loa is out. Bronson Reed is out with a broken ankle off of his spot when he missed when CM Punk saved Roman from the table, which that was turning point, telling stories, in-ring stories. What's his name? But when he broke his ankle in that, he ain't break it, but he sprained it on that.
Hey, look, it was some crazy jumping, bumping,
and who was the third? Jimmy out.
Yeah.
Jimmy out for his super spot.
Hey, they crazy with it. But guess what? That's storytelling. But no, also it is, hey, man, be safe in that ring.
Hey, man, they selling out for us, man.
I'm going to tell you something. I see this upfront and personal. So I do want to say this, man. Stay safe, guys. Because, you know, I know that we
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, don't try this at home, bro. It can happen to the best of the best. But stay safe. But this match, let's just say this. What do you rate it? Just this match.
Oh, no, this match, 8.5, 9, 8.5.
8.5.
We give it an 8.5. I've
Only
seen
thing that would
better.
have made this match better was if The Rock would have pulled up.
The Rock was supposed to just to pull up and help tell some more story. But no, the in-ring spots and everything was lit. All the violence
I'm just saying,
was
if you
there.
would have pulled up, that would
But
have made it like a
I've seen
9.5. You know what I'm saying? You'd have been like, oh shoot! So y'all did.
Oh yeah, that would have taken.
So
But
y'all
I
did do
say 8.5 because now I got some time to let it settle down.
Yeah.
I've seen better, but that was good.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
So like I said, it's gonna be a good match anyway because these are some good wrestlers. But it was a great match because they were spotting. You know, they was doing their thing, jumping here, jumping there. So yeah, I give it about a 9. I give it about a 9. I mean, here's why I give it.
Big meaty men
I give it a 9 because Bronson
Jacob.
Reed definitely impressed me in this match, and CM Punk and Roman Reigns told some story. So that's why I'm a story guy. So I give you a 9. We wanted to come finish this episode. Tell you guys, you know, it's the holiday season, so happy holidays to all of you.
God bless you
From
and
the
your
Ring
families.
Review.
From the
Shout
Ring
out to
Review.
Midas. Shout out to the Genius. Yo, man, keep watching CCW TV. Some things happening over there. You know, and just keep
And stay golden.
it